What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we got an early look at the Air Jordan 3 Reimagined. So I was able to pick these up via Sneakers app. They did a shock drop on February 23rd. So I was able to pick these up 2 weeks in advance to the official release date, which is March 11th, this coming Saturday. So let's go ahead and get into this shoe, starting with the box. You have that Reimagined box, sort of like you had on the Lost and Founds. Like you have this aged, worn out print around the edges of the box. And you also have that elephant print on the bottom, varsity red Jumpman. And you also have that varsity red Nike Air branding. Taking a look at the sizing tab, reads Air Jordan 3 Retro. Colorway is Summit White, Fire Red Black. And I did pick this up in a size 12. Again, these are set to release March 11th. This coming Saturday for a retail price of $210. Very chunky box. Quick look at the inside of the lid. You have that worn out pattern in the inside as well. No stamps. I think Nike did an excellent job of presenting this shoe. Really love the Reimagined series. As you can see with the Lost and Found, same exact box and detail on it. So stay tuned to that video. We're gonna do a comparison with this shoe we have today. All right, so taking a look in the inside of the box, they provide you with this Jumpman pamphlet, brochure type booklet. You have that varsity red Jumpman Jordan, have the elephant print. It also has that faded, worn out look on around the edges. Quick look at that pamphlet. Just gives you an overlay of the materials and the design that went into the shoe. Shoes come wrapped in a light gray elephant print paper. Quick look at the shoe. And here you have it, guys, the Air Jordan 3 White Cement Reimagined. Give you a quick 360 of the shoe. We'll jump into some of the details. All right, guys, so let's get into this shoe. Like I stated, I did pick these up on the shock drop. That happened on the 23rd of February. And I must admit, it was a shock. I'm glad to have this pair early. And I want to say they did drop 50,000 pairs. And also they dropped an early access release this past Thursday. Today's Saturday. So I want to say they dropped 50,000 pairs also. So I was kind of anxious to get my hands on this pair. I almost went the resale route, but after hitting on the shock drop, I'm very glad I got this shoe early. And one of the reasons is that when these do release on the 11th, they are going to be via the draw. And I really don't have much luck when dealing with the sneakers draw. Yeah, very pleased to have these early. But yeah, the Air Jordan 3 White Cement. I think they have the 1988 cut to the shoe. And we'll get into some of the details of that shortly. But yeah, iconic shoe. When I think of Jordan sneakers, I think this is the one that comes to mind every time. Because as a kid, this probably was the first Jordan that I just really, it caught my eye. And I thought that was just so dope looking. My first pair of Jordans was actually the Air Jordan 5. That was my first pair, but I always liked these. And I think these are up there in my all-time favorite. If I had to choose, it's between this White Cement 3 and the Bread 4s. Because when these came out, I was still very young, and most of the older teenagers that had these, I always wanted them. But yeah, it's between this White Cement 3 and Jordan 4 Breads. I just love that 4 bread. That's a quick little story, but let's go ahead and get into the shoe. Start from top to bottom. You have that white felt sock liner. Curious to see how that holds up over time. So, with dirt and grime being white, nice sock liner, not too much padding in it. Pretty slim around the ankle collar area. Probably one of my favorite parts is this tongue. I just love how that varsity red is tucked behind this white leather tongue. And speaking of the tongue, it is a very nice, smooth leather tongue. You have that varsity red Jumpman. Just love the whole profile of the Air Jordan 3 tone. Moving down, you have this perforated leather ankle collar area down into the mid-upper leather panels. Very textured leather to it. Slight tumble, as you can see. Really love the texture on that upper leather section. As you can see, mine is very nicely, evenly tumbled. I have seen a couple pairs that didn't have much tumble in it, but I do like the outcome on this shoe. Taking a look at this upper eyelet section, it is like a black plastic. Moving down again, you have that perforated leather around this mid eyelet section. And the lace holders themselves, they are like a sail white colorway. And moving down, you have that varsity red lace holders into the forefoot area of the shoe. And we're just doing a quick overview of the shoe, but stay tuned. I'm gonna show you some tips to look out for to authenticate your pair. Make sure you're getting a retail pair. So moving down to the lower section of the shoe, you have this flat, smooth leather. It is a decent quality leather, not the plushes, but okay leather. And of course, you have that iconic cement elephant print going along the heel counter and also the toe box. Very slim cut. And this is the true 1988 cut of the shoe. Moving down to the midsole, also have that sail colorway. Moving to the heel of the shoe, you have like a semi-gloss black paint. Somewhat flat black, but has a little gloss to it. As you can see the sheen on it. Of course, you have your air units and the air bubble. And last but not least, you have the outsole, which is a mixture of that gray. You have that varsity red in the foot pad. And you also have that sail colorway in the heel section of the shoe, which are Nike branded. Really love the outsole of the shoe. As you can see, these stars, very prominent. And last but not least, you have that retro Nike Air hang tag. Pretty thin hang tag. Nice nostalgia to it. Taking a look at the rear of the shoe, you have that cream sail colorway in the heel tab, which are black Nike Air. This section of the shoe, the Nike Air, in that sail colorway, mixed with the sail colorway on the midsole. I think those are probably favorite parts of the shoe for me. As I go around this shoe, there's so many different parts that I love about this shoe. It's just retro design. Takes me back to when I first seen these. Give you a quick look at the tongue. It is like that perforated leather tongue. And moving down into the toe box. Give you a quick pointer on that. As you can see, you have the widow's peak at the base of the tongue and at the forefoot of the toe box. They align perfectly, 2 widow's peaks. So that's something to look out for when legit checking your shoe, because I have seen some UAs that didn't have this widow's peak, and the retail do have those. Quick look at the back of the tongue again. Varsity red felt, and you also have that varsity red insole, black Nike Air. And these shoes do come with paper trees, so that's something else to look out for. Make sure that your shoe does have paper in it for the shoe tree and not the cardboard. All right, guys, so let's get into some of the things to look out for when picking up your retail pair to make sure that they are authentic. I like doing these little slight pointers for like hype shoes, well sought after shoes, to give you some tips to look out for to make sure that your shoe is legit. But first, let's go ahead and get this hang tag out the way so we can see the shoe better. So when it comes to dealing with the Air Jordan 3, what I see a lot of that the UA market gets wrong on these shoes, it's mostly with the shape of the elephant print and the actual design of it. Earlier pictures of this Air Jordan 3 Reimagined, it showed the elephant print being a lot thinner and a lot lighter. And I think Nike actually heard a lot of the commotion about that, and they actually updated the elephant print to a much bolder, thicker elephant print than what was the original pictures of it. And this is an authentic pair from Nike, so This is legit. And I've seen a lot of other legit shoes and just check to verify that that elephant print was updated, and it very well was. I saw a statement of it actually. But again, UA usually gets this cut wrong. They usually extend it too far out and too blocky right here. And this design does vary with different releases of the Air Jordan 3. Sometimes it does actually cut out that way. But this particular shoe calls for a slimmer cut along this toe box mudguard section. So just look out to make sure that your cut is very thin coming into the midsole. And you also want to look at the toe box shape. A lot of UAs, it's a lot of bulk, and boxing into the toe box comes up higher. Make sure that you have a slimmer cut in the toe box section. And another point that we already talked about is the widow's peak at the front of the shoe and at the base of the tongue. You should have 2 widow's peaks. And moving to the rear of the shoe, another point that I see UA mess up is this cut is usually further out and it doesn't line up with this cross section. Your elephant print should cut off and match exactly into this this cross section right here. Give you a closer look at that, see how it comes parallel with it. And that's another point to look out for. I will say I have seen some retails come slightly more out, but it should be somewhere in the vicinity of it. Nothing too far gone. All right, another area to look at is the cut underneath the Nike Air. UA usually gets this wrong. It's more higher up. And as you can see on this retail pair, it's a real slim cut along the back of the heel. And taking a look at the middle side of the shoe, again, your elephant print should cut off into this cross section right here. And again, guys, I will state that there might be some slight inconsistencies even with Nike and the QCs. It might run over just a little bit more, but anything too bold, you might want to question that. Should run right into that cross section. And one of my last pointers is the cut on the middle side of the shoe right here. UA usually does a very bold cut. Nike does have a sort of bolder cut on the medial side of the shoe versus the lateral, but that is the design that they went for on this retail pair. Give you a quick look at that tumbled leather on the medial side of the shoe. We'll take a look at my other shoe and get you guys out of here. And guys, I did want to state that your shoe should come with this light elephant print, and it also has like a regular white paper. As you can see, you have a regular white sheet of paper that the shoe sits on, so make sure you have that in there also. All right, guys, so here's a quick look at my right shoe. See how the cut coincides with this cutout. I think the tumbled leather on the upper is consistent with both shoes. And again, there goes the widow's peaks. Nice slim down toe box. And again, nice slim cut on the elephant print. And again, on this shoe, cuts perfectly into that cross section. Very clean colorway. I think they did these shoes absolutely gorgeous, man. Love them. Nice classic retro. A lot of people calling this the shoe of 2023. But I think this shoe has something to say about that. So stay tuned to the channel where we're going to go head to head. Not that that shoe came out in 2023, but just give you a nice head to head look at 2 Reimagined Air Jordans. That's very highly sought after. So we're just going to do a head to head on that. And the shoelaces are like a pure white. I thought at one time they was like a sail colorway, but they are just your standard white laces. And you have that, again, cream lace holders. But yeah, guys, that's what I have for you today. Just wanted to give you an early look at the Air Jordan 3 white cement Reimagines. It's set to come out March 11th, this upcoming Saturday. And again, I did hit these on the shock drop, and they actually delivered this past Monday, so that's close to 2 weeks in advance. So I was kind of busy throughout the week and just now got around to shooting this video, but I did want to give you some pointers and tips to look out for if you did decide to go the resale route. But stay tuned to the channel. Like I was saying, we're gonna do a heads up with the Jordan 1 lost and founds against these Jordan 3s, both Reimagined shoes. So I figured why not do a comparison on them, see which one is the best out of the Reimagined series so far. And I also have another Jordan 1 High 85 black and white coming. I think you really want to see this video, so please stay tuned to the channel. And as always, I appreciate y'all coming through. Until the next time, peace.